Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to set up NetBox Community Edition on our eventual lab network. So if you are not aware, NetBox is actually quite popular in the network world. It is basically a tool for network visibility and infrastructure management. And the best part is it is completely open source. So why we are installing this on our lab? Well, we are actually use NetBox as a source of truth for our network automation projects. Later on, we'll see how to use it with Ansible for the dynamic inventory, but we'll get into that in the future videos. For today, what we're going to do is we'll bring up a Docker container inside the EvenG Linux node. Then we'll install the NetBox using the Docker Compose, and along the way, I'll show you some of the key Docker commands that will be really helpful. So by end of this video, you should be able to spin up a NetBox instance in your lab network pretty easily. Alright, with that, let's start today's video. Alright, on the step 1, let's bring up the new Linux node for the NetBox installation. So let's go to the lab topology we created in our previous video. So far we have a couple of routers, a FortiGate firewall and Linux node. So let's add a new node. Select the node type as Linux here. By default it is going to choose Ubuntu 22.04, which is perfect for us. Now if you are not familiar how to get the Linux node up and running in EvenG, definitely check out the part 2 video in this playlist where I explain the whole process step by step. Alright, let me name this node. I'll call it as netbox-sot. The SOT stands for source of truth, which is basically what NetBox is going to do in our network. Now for the resource, I'm going to set 2 CPUs with 4 GB RAM. And let's save this configuration and we'll attach this to a management switch. We can access it from our network. Alright, so let me also power on the management switch and the new Linux node for this demo. Perfect. While the node is booting up in the background, so let me quickly show some of the cool stuff about the NetBox from the documentation page. So let's navigate to netboxlab.com, go to the docs section here. So NetBox currently offers 3 different flavors. There is a community edition, then the enterprise, and then cloud edition. So for today's demo, we specifically focus on the community edition, which has pretty much all the features we need for the lab network. So let me click on the community edition. The current version is 4.4, and if you want the information about the earlier version, you can navigate through the version selector here. Now if you scroll down a bit, it talks about all the capabilities, the plugins that are available, which extend the NetBox functionality with additional features. And one thing I want to point out here is the NetBox has a rich REST and the GraphQL APIs, which is super useful for the automations. And here is something interesting. If you want to try NetBox without installing anything, they actually have a demo system. You just need to create a user account and play around with all the features without any installation. This is actually great if you want to test out the APIs or just want to see some of the NetBox capabilities. Alright, now let's jump into the installation guide here. So the installation is tested on Ubuntu 22.04. This is the same OS we are running on the EvenG platform as well. So on the application stack, NetBox uses PostgreSQL for the database, Redis version 4.0 for the caching, and use the Python Django for the web interface. And we could install all these dependencies separately and build the whole stack from the scratch. But that is going to take a lot of time. Honestly, it is a bit tedious task. Instead, we are going with a much easier approach using the Docker containers. So everything is pre-packaged and we don't have to worry about the dependencies. So let me click on the Docker installation here, which will redirect to the GitHub page. And this is maintained by the NetBox community, and the current Docker release is 3.4 as we record these sessions. So now you have the fair idea about the NetBox documentations. So let's switch to our Linux node and set this up step by step. So on the step 2, we'll install all the dependencies like Docker, Docker Compose, and so on. So let's console into Linux node using the VNC and check the IP first. So we got some dynamic IP from the management network. So let's change to static for the consistency and save these configurations. Next thing, we need to set up the SSH access. We'll install OpenSSH server package. So the idea here is that we can get this node to VS Code and configure the rest of the stuff from there. So let's add this into the VS Code quickly. Give the IP, host name, and the user details and the platform as Linux. That's all. We are into the Linux shell from the VS Code. So as part of part 2, let's install the remaining packages. So let's quickly update and upgrade all our packages to make sure that we have the latest version running on this node. Alright, so let's jump into something interesting. We'll install Docker and Docker Compose. So if you're not familiar with the Docker, it helps us to package an application along with its all dependencies into something called container. And Docker Compose is another tool that will manage the application that have multiple containers. Well, in the case of NetBox, we have multiple containers. Like for database, we have PostgreSQL for the database, Redis for caching, and the NetBox application itself for the UI. So the Docker Compose will define all these containers into one file and then start them all with a single command. It's pretty convenient, right? So let's install the Docker and Docker Compose, and this can be done with a single command. So it took few minutes for me to complete the whole installation, and also depends your internet speed and the node resource. So once it is done, run the docker-version command for the verifications. You can also check the docker-compose to see the version details. Great, so we have the Docker and Docker Compose installed. On a side note, in case you don't see these things the way I see here, I have added a couple of verification commands in the description, and feel free to use those in case you have any issues. Alright, before we jump into the step 3, let me show you some useful command. So every time we want to run the Docker command, you need to use sudo in the beginning, right? So this can be annoying, especially when you want to run a lot of times. So we can add our current logged user into this Docker group like this. We may need to log in back to reflect these changes, and we can verify this by running the groups command. Now we can see the current user is part of the Docker group. Now let's move into the step 3, where we'll install the NetBox dependencies and bring up the Docker. So there are a couple of interesting steps which we will discuss. So let's get the Docker community packages from the GitHub first. This is the same link I have shown you during the documentation discussions. So come to VS Code and clone this one. So there will be a project folder called netbox-docker created in our home directory. So let's cd into it. So when we list the file inside the directory, we can see a couple of YAML files. So let's go one by one. The first one is docker compose.yml. This is the main configuration file that define all the container configurations. It has details like what are the containers to run, how they are connected, and the volumes they use, and all that great stuff. Then comes to the docker compose.override.yml. This is where we put all the custom settings, like things like I want to use port 800 instead of 8080, or I want to enable some plugins, and those kind of configuration will go to the override file. Then there is a third file which is kind of example. This is actually an example template for the custom configurations. So for this demo, we'll do a port remapping. So for that, we just to rename the example to override like this. And in case you want to include some additional custom configuration, you can do some research and update the override configurations. So in a nutshell, whatever we define on Docker Compose and override file is going to be merged during the docker compose command. And the config we define the override will take a precedence. Makes sense, right? Next, we'll see how to pull the Docker images from the Docker Hub using the pull command. So it's basically download all the Docker images we have defined on the Docker Compose file. And you can see it is downloading layer by layer, and each image is made up of multiple layers, and it shows the progress of each one. So once that is done, we can run the Docker images to see all the image details. So over here we have 3 images what we need for this project. Now let's go ahead and start the NetBox. So again we can use the docker compose followed by the up command with -d. So -d flag is for detached mode so that everything runs in the background. So when we run this command, it create network for all the containers to communicate. It also create the volume for storing the persistent data, and it also start all the containers in the right order. So on a side note, During my installation, I have found the NetBox worker node was unhealthy initially. However, after 30 seconds, it was showing healthy to me. Again, you will see all the commands in the description in case you encounter any issues during the installation. Alright, you can see all the containers are up and healthy. We can also verify NetBox actually listening on port 8000 by running this command. So the port is listening, so NetBox should be accessible now. Let's try from the browser. So there you go, you have the NetBox login page. So by default, there is no user account for the fresh installation. So we need to create what is called super user, basically an admin account with the full permissions. So let's run this command and provide the username, email address, and the password. And the super user is created successfully. So let's enter these credentials on the browser. And there you go. So we got the NetBox Community Edition dashboard. So in the next video, we'll do a deep dive into the NetBox core features and we'll see some of the automation capabilities defined through the NetBox. So stay tuned for this one and thank you so much for watching and I'll see you soon on the next video.